Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Imagine the events of the day fading away like mist under the warmth of the morning sun. Each moment of stress, each pang of doubt, each fleeting thought of failure dissolves into the stillness of this present moment. You are here now, where the power resides not in the past that you cannot change or the future that you cannot control, but in this eternal now. The day may have brought challenges. Perhaps your patience was tested, or perhaps you wrestled with fears that seemed to grow louder as the hours ticked by. But I invite you to consider those fears, those challenges, those thoughts, are they real or are they shadows cast by the spotlight of your awareness? When you close your eyes and step into the quiet stillness within, where are those shadows now? Feel the breath moving through your body. It is not just air you are drawing in, it is life itself. It is the essence of divine renewal. As you exhale, release the weight you've carried today. Let it go not with effort, but with ease, as though you are handing it over to something greater than yourself, to the unseen force that holds all things together. Now imagine yourself standing in a serene place. It could be a lush garden, a quiet forest, or the edge of an endless ocean. This place feels safe, timeless, and sacred. You are not alone here. There is a presence with you, call it what you will. It is the source of all peace, the wellspring of all strength. You feel its energy surrounding you, embracing you, filling you with a quiet assurance that all is well, even if your outer world tells you otherwise. In this moment, you are free to let go of the mask you wore today. The mask of strength, the mask of composure, the mask of certainty. Lay it all down. This presence knows you intimately beyond what the world sees. It knows your dreams, your struggles, your unspoken prayers, and in this knowing it holds no judgment, only love, only compassion, only infinite patience. Bring to mind the heaviest burden you carried today. Perhaps it was a conversation that left you unsettled or a task that seemed insurmountable. See it in your mind's eye, but do not attach yourself to it. Observe it as though you were watching a scene unfold on a stage. Notice its details, its weight, its texture. Now watch as it begins to dissolve, as though a gentle wind is carrying it away. You do not need to hold it anymore. It was never yours to keep. And as this burden lifts, feel the space it leaves behind. This space is not empty, it is alive with possibility. Into this space flows the energy of renewal. This energy whispers to you that you are not defined by the events of this day, nor by the thoughts you've entertained, nor by the labels others have placed upon you. You are far more vast, far more powerful, far more eternal than you have dared to imagine. Feel this truth settle in your spirit. Your strength is not something you have to earn or prove. It is your birthright. It is woven into the fabric of your being, a gift from the infinite source that brought you into existence. It is always there, waiting for you to recognize it, to claim it, to live from it. Now, turn your attention inward. There is a light within you, a soft golden light that has been there since the moment you took your first breath. This light has never dimmed, though the world may have tried to convince you otherwise. Let this light expand. See it filling your heart, your mind, your entire body. Let it spill out beyond you, touching everything and everyone in your life. This light is your true essence. It is the manifestation of divine love flowing through you and as you. As this light grows, you begin to feel a profound calm. It is not the calm that comes from an absence of problems, but the calm that arises from the knowing that you are greater than any problem. It is the calm of a soul that is anchored, unshaken, untouchable by the storms of the external world. In this stillness, listen. There is a voice, not a voice of words, but a voice of feeling, of intuition, of deep inner knowing. It tells you that you are loved beyond measure, that you are guided even when you cannot see the way, that you are supported even when you feel alone. This voice is the voice of the divine within you, the part of you that is never separate from the infinite source. Allow this voice to speak to you now. It may come as a feeling of peace, as a gentle reminder of your worth, or as a quiet nudge to trust the process of your life. Whatever form it takes, let it wash over you. Let it fill the cracks in your heart. Let it soften the hard edges of your mind. Let it renew your spirit. As the light within you continues to grow, imagine it stretching into the future. See it illuminating the path before you, making each step clear and certain. You do not need to know every detail of what lies ahead. You only need to trust that this light will guide you one step at a time. You are not walking alone. The same presence that renews your strength now will go with you into tomorrow and the days to come. And now, before you drift into the quiet of sleep, make one final choice to leave behind all that no longer serves you. The doubts, the fears, the regrets, let them stay here in this moment, where they dissolve into nothingness. You are free, free to dream, free to rest, free to wake tomorrow with a renewed spirit and an unshakable strength. Rest now, knowing that the light within you is eternal. It never fades, never falters, and never leaves. It is the divine spark that connects you to all that is, reminding you always of the infinite power and peace that dwell within. And as you drift into the stillness of the night, let that light carry you into a realm of calm so deep, it feels as though the very universe is cradling your soul. You find yourself surrounded by silence, a silence so profound it feels alive. This silence isn't empty, it carries whispers, soft and elusive, urging you to go deeper within. Each breath you take seems to echo in eternity, pulling you away from the rush of the world and closer to the essence of who you truly are. Can you feel it? That quiet hum beneath everything, the stillness that holds everything together? The world you see when your eyes are open is fleeting, a constant swirl of beginnings and endings. But here, in this sacred stillness, there are no endings. Here you step beyond time, beyond limitations, into a place where everything is possible. You don't need to try, you don't need to reach. The answers, the peace, the strength, they are already within you, waiting for you to recognize them. Imagine now a vast, infinite ocean stretching before you. Its waters are calm and mirror-like, reflecting the endless sky above. This ocean is your mind, your spirit. Its surface may ripple with the winds of the day's events, but deep below, it is undisturbed. In this depth, there is no chaos, no fear, no doubt, only clarity and calm. Picture yourself stepping into this ocean. With each step, you go deeper, leaving behind the noise of the world above. Feel the water embracing you, soothing you, washing away every fragment of tension you've carried. The deeper you go, the more you realize that this ocean is alive, conscious, aware of you as you are aware of it. It knows your struggles and your triumphs, your questions and your uncertainties. It holds them all without judgment, dissolving them into its depths. You are not a separate entity navigating this life alone. You are an extension of this vast, boundless presence. The same energy that moves the tides flows through you. The same power that calms the waves resides in your heart. As you drift further into this understanding, you begin to feel lighter, as though the weight of the world has been lifted from your shoulders. You see now that the burdens you've carried are not permanent. They are like clouds passing across the sky, temporary, transient. Even the heaviest storm cannot last forever. And just as the sky remains untouched by the clouds, so too does your true self remain untouched by the challenges of life. You are the sky, vast and unchanging. Now bring to your mind the desires you hold deep within your heart, the dreams that feel just out of reach, the goals that seem too big, too bold, too impossible. Look at them not with longing or fear, but with a quiet certainty. They are not separate from you. They are seeds planted in the fertile soil of your soul, waiting for your belief to bring them to life. Can you see them beginning to sprout, breaking through the soil toward the light? Can you feel the power of creation stirring within you? This power is not something distant or abstract. It is as close as your next breath. Each time you exhale, imagine releasing every doubt that has held you back. Each time you inhale, imagine drawing in the energy, the courage, the inspiration to step boldly into the life you were meant to live. With each breath, you are shaping your reality, aligning yourself with the infinite possibilities that surround you. In this moment, the voice of fear may try to rise, whispering that you are not enough, that the world is too uncertain, that the road ahead is too steep. But listen closely, there is another voice, quieter but infinitely more powerful. It tells you that you are enough, that you have always been enough, and that every challenge you face is an opportunity to discover just how strong, how resilient, how extraordinary you truly are. Feel this truth sinking into your being. Let it settle into the deepest parts of you, into the places where doubt once resided. Notice how the doubt begins to dissolve, replaced by a quiet confidence, a knowing that cannot be shaken. This is not a confidence born of ego or accomplishment, it is a confidence rooted in your connection to the infinite. It is the unshakable certainty that you are never alone, never unsupported, never without purpose. As this confidence grows, you begin to see your life in a new light. The struggles you face no longer seem like barriers but stepping stones, guiding you closer to the person you are becoming. The unanswered questions, the unresolved issues, they no longer feel like weights, but like puzzles waiting to reveal their purpose. You realize that even in the moments that felt like chaos, there was a thread of order, a divine intelligence weaving everything together for your highest good. You find yourself smiling now, not because everything is perfect, but because you see that perfection was never the goal. Growth, learning, becoming, these are the true treasures of this journey. And you are growing. Even in the moments when it felt like you were standing still, you were growing. Even in the moments when it felt like you were breaking open, creating space for something new to emerge. Now picture yourself standing at the edge of this vast ocean once more. The sun is setting, casting a golden glow over the water. The day is coming to an end, but it is not an ending, it is a transition, a moment of rest before the next chapter begins. You feel the peace of this moment. Feel the stillness of the evening wrapping around you like a warm blanket. You are safe, you are held, you are loved. And as the night falls, allow yourself to sink fully into this peace. There is nothing more you need to do. There is nothing more you need to be. You are enough, just as you are in this moment, in every moment. Let this truth carry you into the quiet of the night, into dreams filled with light and possibility, into a rest so deep it feels as though the very universe is cradling your soul. Feel the embrace of the night as it settles around you, the gentle hum of the universe whispering its truths into the stillness of your being. There is a power in the quiet moments when the world seems to pause, a sacred invitation to step beyond the veil of appearances and into the realm of infinite possibility. Do you sense it? The pulse of life itself, the quiet rhythm that connects everything, the unseen thread that binds you to every star in the sky and every grain of sand on the shore. The realization dawns on you slowly, like the first rays of sunlight breaking through the darkness. You are not merely walking this path, you are creating it. With every thought, every intention, every belief, you are shaping the journey ahead. The power to transform your world does not lie outside of you, it is within you, waiting to be claimed. You pause for a moment, allowing this truth to settle into your heart, and as it does, the path ahead becomes clearer, brighter, more inviting. The light around you begins to shift, taking on the hues of twilight. The air is filled with a gentle warmth, a reminder of the presence that has been with you all along. This presence is not something separate or distant, it is the essence of who you are, the divine spark that animates your being. It whispers to you now, not in words but in feelings, urging you to trust the journey, to embrace the unknown, to step boldly into the future you are creating. You continue walking, and as you do, you begin to notice that the path is lined with gifts. They appear in many forms: a delicate feather, a sparkling gem, a handwritten note, and each one seems to hold a message, a piece of wisdom meant just for you. You pick up one of these gifts and hold it in your hands, and as you do, a memory surfaces, a moment from your past that has shaped who you are. Perhaps it was a moment of joy or a moment of pain, but as you look at it now, you see it through new eyes. You see the lesson it carried, the strength it gave you, the way it prepared you for this very moment. One by one you gather these gifts, and with each one you feel a little lighter, a little freer. You realize that you are not defined by your past, nor are you bound by it. The experiences that once felt like burdens now feel like treasures, each one a stepping stone that has brought you closer to the truth of who you are. You are not the mistakes you've made, nor the fears you've held, nor the doubts that have whispered in your mind. You are something far greater, far more expansive, far more powerful than you ever imagined. The path begins to ascend now, leading you to a higher vantage point. With each step, you feel your perspective shifting, widening, expanding. You begin to see your life not as a series of disconnected moments, but as a beautifully woven tapestry, each thread adding to the whole, each color contributing to the masterpiece. The challenges, the triumphs, the moments of stillness, they all have their place, their purpose, their meaning. And as you stand at the summit, looking out over the vast expanse of your journey, you feel a sense of awe, not just for the path you've walked, but for the person you've become. The light of the setting sun bathes the landscape in gold, and as you take it all in, a single thought rises within you: this is not the end. This is not the culmination of your journey, but the beginning of a new chapter, a new adventure, a new creation. You feel the stirrings of possibility within you, the quiet hum of dreams waiting to be brought to life. And in this moment, you know that you are ready. You are ready to step forward, to trust the process, to embrace the mystery of what lies ahead. As the first stars begin to appear in the twilight sky, you feel a deep peace settle over you. This peace is not the absence of challenges, but the presence of trust. Trust in the path, trust in the process, trust in the infinite wisdom that guides you. You are not alone on this journey, you never have been. The same presence that created the stars, the oceans, the mountains, and the winds is the presence that created you. And it walks with you, not ahead or behind, but beside you every step of the way. The night deepens, and the world around you begins to fade, replaced by the vastness of the universe within you. You close your eyes and feel the stillness, the quiet power of the infinite. You are not your fears. You are not your doubts. You are not your failures or your successes. You are the light that shines through it all, the love that weaves it all together, the infinite potential waiting to be realized. As the stars continue to emerge, shimmering in the vast expanse above, you feel their quiet gaze upon you. Each star, a distant yet constant presence, reminds you of the eternal truths that guide your journey. Their light, traveling countless miles through time and space, whispers to you that no distance is too great, no dream too far, and no moment too late to begin again. You stand beneath this celestial canopy, a part of the infinite, yet uniquely yourself, carrying within you the same creative force that brought these stars to life. The night air is cool, yet it carries a warmth that touches your soul. You feel the steady rhythm of your breath, and with each exhale, a deeper layer of resistance dissolves. You release the need to control, the need to have all the answers, the need to understand every step of the journey. In this release, you find freedom to simply be, to trust, to flow with the unseen currents that guide all things toward their highest expression. You begin to notice the faint sound of a stream nearby, its waters flowing gently, endlessly, without hesitation. Drawn to its melody, you walk toward it, feeling the ground firm beneath your feet. The stream glimmers under the starlight, its surface alive with movement, yet untouched by chaos. You kneel beside it and dip your hand into the cool water. As it flows over your skin, you feel it carrying away every lingering doubt, every unresolved worry, every fragment of the day that no longer serves you. You watch as the water continues on its path, effortless, unburdened, and you realize that this is how life is meant to be lived, not in resistance but in harmony, not in fear but in trust. The stream doesn't question its direction, it doesn't strive to be anything other than what it is. And yet, in its simplicity, it nourishes the earth, reflects the sky, and carves pathways through stone. Its power lies not in force but in flow, and you feel the deep truth of this settling into your heart. Closing your eyes, you let the sound of the stream merge with the rhythm of your breath. In this quiet communion, you sense a presence stirring within you, a presence that feels both ancient and new. It is the essence of who you are, the timeless spark that has carried you through every season of your life. This presence holds no judgment, no fear, no limitation, only love, infinite and unconditional. You feel it expanding within you, filling every corner of your being, until there is no room for anything else. As this presence grows, it begins to reveal images to you, not as memories, but as possibilities. You see yourself standing tall and unshaken in the face of challenges. You see yourself creating, loving, thriving in ways you never thought possible. These images are not distant dreams, they are reflections of the truth within you, waiting to be claimed. The presence whispers that you are already all these things and more. The life you desire is not something you must chase, it is something you must awaken to, something that flows to you as naturally as the stream flows to the ocean. You feel the quiet joy of this realization, a joy that doesn't depend on circumstances or outcomes, but simply is. It rises within you like a song, a melody that has been playing in your soul all along, waiting for you to listen. The stars above seem to pulse in rhythm with this song, their light growing brighter as your awareness deepens. You are not separate from them. You are not separate from anything. The same energy that fuels their brilliance fuels your own, and in this moment you feel its fullness coursing through you. The night stretches on, timeless and eternal, yet you are not weary. Instead, you are energized, renewed, as though every cell in your body has been infused with life. The weight you once carried is gone, replaced by a lightness, a clarity, a sense of purpose that doesn't come from knowing all the answers, but from trusting the journey. You feel the truth of this in your bones, in your breath, in the quiet beating of your heart. You are enough. You have always been enough. You are whole, even in your becoming. The stream continues its song, the stars continue their dance, and you remain here, fully present, fully alive, fully aware of the infinite potential that surrounds you and lives within you. Every step forward feels like an act of creation, every breath an invitation to expand, every moment a gift waiting to be unwrapped. There is no rush, no pressure, no need to force what is already unfolding. You are exactly where you are meant to be, and that knowing is more than enough. The night deepens further, and the silence around you grows richer, almost tangible, as though the very air is holding its breath in reverence. You sit by the stream, its soft rhythmic flow blending seamlessly with the quiet pulse of the universe. The stars above seem closer now, their light brighter, more vivid, as if they too are leaning in to bear witness to this moment of awakening within you. The stillness is not empty, it is alive, teeming with unseen forces, currents of energy moving in perfect harmony. You feel them, subtle and profound, weaving through you, connecting you to everything. Your mind begins to settle, the endless chatter that often fills your thoughts fading into the background. In its place is a vast openness, a space free from fear, free from judgment, free from the need to label or define. This is the space where creation begins, where the seeds of dreams take root and begin to grow. In this space, time seems to lose its grip. Past, present, and future blur into one infinite now, a moment so expansive it holds all possibilities. You sense that this is the true nature of reality, not the fleeting images of the physical world, but this boundless field of potential where everything is waiting to unfold. You allow yourself to rest in this awareness, to become one with the stillness. There is no need to do, no need to strive, no need to prove. The very act of being here, fully present, fully aware, is enough. In this state, you begin to notice a soft warmth in the center of your chest, a quiet glow that grows with each breath. This is the seat of your power, the core of your being, the source of the love and light that you are. It is not something you must seek outside yourself. It is already here, always has been, waiting for you to recognize it. The glow spreads, radiating outward, filling your body, your mind, your spirit. It moves beyond you, reaching into the night, merging with the energy of the stars, the stream, the earth beneath you. You are not separate from these things. The boundaries that once seemed so solid dissolve, and you feel yourself expanding, becoming one with the infinite. The universe is not out there, it is within you, and you are within it, a seamless, eternal dance of creation. As this realization deepens, images begin to rise in your mind. They are not random, they are reflections of your deepest desires, the dreams you carry in the quiet corners of your heart. You see them not as distant hopes, but as realities already in motion, taking shape in the unseen realms. You feel the truth of them, the certainty that they are yours, not because you must earn them, but because they are a natural extension of who you are. There is no doubt here, no hesitation, only the quiet knowing that all things are possible, and that the power to bring them forth lies within you. You see yourself stepping into these visions, living them fully, embodying the person you have always known yourself to be. The path you once feared to walk now feels clear, illuminated by the light of your own inner truth. The obstacles that seem so insurmountable shrink in the face of your growing awareness. You are not defined by them, nor are you bound by the limitations of the past. Every challenge, every setback, every moment of uncertainty has been a stepping stone, leading you here to this place of limitless potential. The stream continues its gentle flow, and you feel its movement mirrored within you. Your thoughts flow more freely now, unencumbered by doubt or fear. Ideas begin to surface, inspired and clear, each one carrying the energy of possibility. You realize that this is the nature of creation, not a struggle, not a battle, but a natural unfolding, a harmonious alignment with the forces that shape all things. The more you align with this flow, the more effortless your journey becomes. You close your eyes and breathe deeply, feeling the energy within you growing stronger, more vibrant. It is not a force that pushes or pulls, it is a quiet power, steady and unshakable, rooted in the truth of who you are. You feel its presence in every cell of your body, in every beat of your heart, in every breath you take. This is the power that creates worlds, the power that moves mountains, the power that transforms dreams into reality. And it is yours, not as something to be earned, but as something that has always been your birthright. As you sit with this awareness, the night around you begins to change. The air seems to shimmer, alive with unseen currents. The stars above seem to pulse in rhythm with your breath, their light brighter, more luminous. The stream seems to sing, its melody weaving through you, filling you with a sense of peace, of joy, of boundless possibility. You feel as though you are part of a great symphony, every note in perfect harmony, every sound a reflection of the infinite beauty that surrounds you and resides within you. The visions in your mind grow clearer, more vivid. You see yourself not as you were, but as you are becoming, the fullest expression of your true self. You see the life you desire unfolding before you, not as something separate or distant, but as something already within your reach. You feel the emotions of this life, the joy, the love, the freedom, and they are so real, so tangible that you cannot help but smile. You realize that these emotions are not tied to any external circumstance. They are a reflection of your inner state, a reminder that you have the power to create your reality from within. The stream, the stars, the earth, they all seem to echo this truth, their presence a testament to the infinite creativity of the universe. You are a part of this creativity, a co-creator in the grand design. The boundaries that once seemed so real now feel like illusions, shadows cast by a mind that forgot its own power. You remember now. You remember who you are, what you are capable of, and why you are here. The night stretches on, timeless and eternal, yet you feel no urgency, no need to rush. You are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do. Each moment feels like a gift, an opportunity to explore, to expand, to create. You are not chasing anything, nor are you running from anything. You are simply being fully present, fully alive, fully aware of the infinite possibilities that surround you and flow through you. The glow within you grows brighter, filling the night with its light. It is not a light that can be seen with the eyes, but it is felt deeply and profoundly by everything around you. The stars seem to respond, their light pulsing in harmony with your own. The stream seems to quicken its flow, its song rising in intensity. The earth beneath you seems to hum, a deep, resonant vibration that anchors you in the truth of this moment. You are not separate from these things, you are a part of them, and they are a part of you. As the night continues, you feel a deep peace settling over you, a peace that comes not from the absence of challenges, but from the presence of trust in the journey, trust in the process, trust in the infinite wisdom that guides all things. You are not alone. You never have been. The same presence that created the stars, the streams, the mountains, and the winds is the presence that created you. It moves through you, breathes through you, lives through you, and it is always with you. You remain in this space, fully present, fully aware, fully alive, knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Every step forward feels like an act of creation, every breath an invitation to expand, every moment a reminder of the infinite potential within you. There is no rush, no pressure, no need to force what is already unfolding. You are enough. You have always been enough. You are whole, even in your becoming, and the journey ahead is not one of seeking, but of remembering, of awakening, of stepping fully into the truth of who you are. As the night wraps itself around you like a soft embrace, you feel the power of this moment settling into every corner of your being. You are no longer bound by the fears of the past or the uncertainties of the future. You stand here, rooted in the eternal now, a vessel of limitless potential. The light within you burns steady and bright, a beacon that guides you, that creates your path with every step you take. You are not alone in this journey. The same force that paints the sky with stars, that sets the stream into motion, that breathes life into the earth flows through you, with you, and as you. This connection is your truth, your power, your essence. You are a co-creator with the infinite, weaving your desires, your dreams, and your purpose into the fabric of reality. As the first light of dawn begins to stir on the horizon, you feel a quiet certainty rise within you. You are ready to embrace the unknown, to trust the journey, to live fully as the magnificent being you are. With every breath, every thought, every intention, you align more deeply with the life you are meant to live. You are the creator of your reality, the light in the darkness, the calm within the storm. And as you rise to greet a new day, you carry with you the profound knowing that everything you need is already within you. Trust it, honor it, be it. For you are not just walking this path, you are illuminating it step by step with the radiance of your infinite, divine self.
The universe does not operate on whims, it moves with purpose, intention, and an unwavering sense of justice. Every loss you've experienced, every moment of despair, has been recorded in the grand design of your existence. Nothing escapes the divine awareness of the universe. It is always listening, always responding, even when it feels silent. The timing may not align with your expectations, but it is always perfect. The return is not just about replacing what you lost, but about enriching your life in ways you could never have imagined. Think of the rain that falls after a long drought. The earth, cracked and dry, seems lifeless, but beneath that surface lies dormant potential. The rain doesn't just bring water, it brings life. It nourishes the soil, awakens the seeds, and sparks a renewal that transforms the landscape. Your life operates in the same way. The seasons of loss and waiting are not barren wastelands, they are periods of preparation. The universe is not withholding from you, it is preparing you. It is ensuring that when the rain comes, you are ready to bloom. The process of waiting can feel endless, even painful, as though you're wandering through a desert with no end in sight. But within that desert lies hidden strength, resilience, and a deepened faith. The universe uses these moments to refine you, to mold you into someone who can not only receive the blessings but also sustain and appreciate them. It's not about whether you are deserving because you are inherently worthy. It's about ensuring that you are ready to handle the magnitude of what is coming. Every loss carries with it a lesson, a piece of wisdom that prepares you for the abundance ahead. Sometimes the lesson is patience, teaching you to trust the timing of the universe. Other times it's surrender, showing you the power of letting go and releasing control. And occasionally the lesson is gratitude, reminding you to find joy in the small, quiet moments, even when the bigger picture feels unclear. These lessons are not punishments, they are gifts. They are the tools you'll need to navigate the return of everything you've lost. You are not alone in this journey. The universe places signs, people, and opportunities along your path to remind you of its presence. These may come as a kind word from a stranger, an unexpected opportunity, or a moment of clarity in the midst of chaos. Pay attention to these moments. They are whispers from the universe, guiding you toward what is already yours. Even in the darkest times, the universe is working behind the scenes, aligning circumstances to bring you back to the light. The key is to remain open and receptive. It's easy to close yourself off after experiencing loss, to build walls around your heart in an attempt to protect yourself. But those walls can also block the blessings trying to reach you. Vulnerability is not weakness, it is strength. It is a declaration of your trust in the universe, a sign that you are ready to receive. When you open yourself to possibility, you create a space for the universe to fill with abundance. Abundance doesn't always arrive in the way you expect. Sometimes it comes disguised as challenges, pushing you to grow and expand beyond your comfort zone. Other times it arrives as subtle shifts, as quiet transformations that gradually reshape your reality. And occasionally it bursts into your life with undeniable clarity, leaving no doubt that it was meant for you. Regardless of how it comes, abundance is always a reflection of your inner state. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the energy of abundance, you become a magnet for it. Your faith is a powerful force. It is the thread that connects you to the universe, the bridge that carries you through moments of uncertainty. Faith is not about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It is about believing in the unseen, in the possibilities that lie beyond your current circumstances. It is about trusting that the universe is always working for your highest good, even when you can't see the full picture. Faith is what turns loss into transformation and waiting into anticipation. As you navigate this journey, remember that the universe is infinite in its resources. There is no shortage of blessings, no limit to what can be restored or renewed. The idea that loss is permanent is an illusion created by fear. The truth is that what is meant for you can never truly be lost. It may be delayed, detoured, or transformed, but it will always find its way back to you. The universe is not here to take from you, it is here to give, to replenish, and to elevate. Every moment of gratitude, every act of kindness, and every step forward, no matter how small, contributes to the energy that attracts your blessings. The universe responds to your vibration, to the energy you put out into the world. When you choose to focus on hope, love, and abundance, you align yourself with the flow of the universe. This doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending that loss doesn't hurt. It means acknowledging your feelings while choosing to believe in a brighter future. The universe is not confined by time or space. It operates in realms far beyond our understanding, weaving together threads of possibility to create outcomes that serve your highest good. What you perceive as delays are not denials, they are opportunities for alignment. The universe knows what you need and when you need it. Trust that its timing is always perfect, even when it feels inconvenient or unfair. The waiting is not wasted time, it is sacred time, a period of growth and preparation. Your story is still unfolding. The chapters of loss are not the final pages. They are part of a larger narrative, one that is filled with redemption, restoration, and renewal. The universe is a master storyteller, and it is crafting a tale that is uniquely yours. Every twist and turn, every moment of heartache and joy is leading you toward a resolution that will leave you in awe. Trust the process, trust the journey, and trust that the universe is always working in your favor. You are part of a grand design that is intricately woven with care, precision, and boundless love. The universe sees every tear you've cried, every sacrifice you've made, and every moment when you thought you couldn't go on. These experiences are not forgotten or ignored, they are the seeds of your eventual triumph. What you have lost is not gone forever. It is being reconfigured, transformed, and prepared to return to you in a way that exceeds your greatest hopes and dreams. This is the promise of the universe, a promise that is as unshakable as the stars in the sky. The universe does not operate randomly. It aligns itself with your deepest desires, your soul's purpose, and the energy you emit. Every loss serves a higher purpose, even when that purpose is not immediately clear. The struggles and setbacks you've endured are not punishments, they are preparations. They are the universe's way of refining you, of sharpening your vision, of ensuring that when the blessings arrive, you are fully capable of embracing them. These trials are shaping you into the person who can thrive in the abundance that is on its way. You may not see the full picture yet, but the pieces are falling into place. Sometimes the delays and detours are necessary for your growth. They force you to confront parts of yourself that need healing, to release old patterns that no longer serve you, and to step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. The waiting is not a punishment, it is a gift. It is a sacred pause that allows you to become the version of yourself that is ready to receive everything you've dreamed of and more. The universe always gives in overflowing measures. What is returned to you will not simply replace what you've lost, it will be far greater. It will be richer, fuller, and more meaningful than you could have imagined. This is the nature of divine restoration. It doesn't merely compensate, it elevates. It takes what was broken and makes it whole again, and in doing so, it creates something even more beautiful than before. The loss you've experienced is a chapter, not the conclusion. The story is still unfolding, and the ending will be worth every moment of struggle. Your role in this process is to remain open, patient, and trusting. It can be tempting to lose hope when the journey feels long, but hope is what keeps you connected to the infinite possibilities of the universe. Hope is a bridge that spans the gap between where you are and where you're destined to be. It is not naive or unrealistic, it is powerful and transformative. When you choose hope, you align yourself with the energy of abundance and invite the universe to work its magic in your life. Gratitude is another key to unlocking the return of what you've lost. When you focus on what you already have, no matter how small, you create a magnetic field that attracts more blessings. Gratitude shifts your perspective from lack to abundance, from despair to possibility. It reminds you that even in the midst of loss, there is so much to be thankful for. Each moment of gratitude sends a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive, that you are open to the good that is coming your way. The universe is always listening to your thoughts, your words, and your actions. It responds to the energy you put out into the world. When you dwell on what you've lost, you anchor yourself to the past. But when you focus on what you're gaining, you propel yourself forward. This doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending that loss doesn't matter. It means acknowledging your feelings while choosing to believe that something better is on the horizon. It means shifting your energy from sorrow to anticipation. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a co-creator with the universe, a powerful being with the ability to shape your reality. The energy you emit sets the tone for what the universe delivers. When you align yourself with the vibration of abundance, joy, and faith, you create a pathway for blessings to flow into your life. This is not about denying the challenges you face, it's about recognizing your power to rise above them. It's about understanding that the universe is always working for you, not against you. The journey of restoration is not always easy. It requires patience, resilience, and a willingness to trust in the unseen. But every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the fulfillment of your dreams. The universe celebrates each moment of courage, each act of kindness, and each leap of faith. It sees the effort you've put in, the sacrifices you've made, and the hope you've held on to, even when it felt impossible. These are the qualities that attract abundance and ensure that what is returned to you is far greater than what was lost. As you move forward, remember that the universe is limitless in its ability to provide. There is no shortage of blessings, no limit to the good that can come into your life. What you've lost is not a reflection of your worth or your value. It is not a punishment or a failure. It is a stepping stone, a part of the journey that is leading you to something greater. The universe does not take from you without the intention of giving back tenfold. It is always seeking to bring balance, to restore harmony, and to ensure that you are abundantly provided for. The return of what you've lost will not come all at once. It will arrive in waves, in moments of unexpected joy, in opportunities that seem to come out of nowhere, and in relationships that bring new depth and meaning to your life. It may not look exactly as you imagined, but it will be exactly what you need. The universe knows your heart better than you do, and it will provide in ways that surpass your greatest expectations. Trust in its wisdom and its timing, and know that your story is far from over. You are on the brink of a transformation, a turning point that will redefine your life in the most beautiful ways. The losses you've endured have not been in vain. They have prepared you, strengthened you, and positioned you to receive blessings beyond your wildest dreams. The universe is about to return everything you've lost and more. It is aligning circumstances, orchestrating events, and preparing you for a season of abundance that will make every moment of waiting and struggle worthwhile. Trust in this process, and trust in the boundless generosity of the universe. The universe does not operate on whims, it moves with purpose, intention, and an unwavering sense of justice. Every loss you've experienced, every moment of despair, has been recorded in the grand design of your existence. Nothing escapes the divine awareness of the universe. It is always listening, always responding, even when it feels silent. The timing may not align with your expectations, but it is always perfect. The return is not just about replacing what you lost, but about enriching your life in ways you could never have imagined. Think of the rain that falls after a long drought. The earth, cracked and dry, seems lifeless, but beneath that surface lies dormant potential. The rain doesn't just bring water, it brings life. It nourishes the soil, awakens the seeds, and sparks a renewal that transforms the landscape. Your life operates in the same way. The seasons of loss and waiting are not barren wastelands, they are periods of preparation. The universe is not withholding from you, it is preparing you. It is ensuring that when the rain comes, you are ready to bloom. The process of waiting can feel endless, even painful, as though you're wandering through a desert with no end in sight. But within that desert lies hidden strength, resilience, and a deepened faith. The universe uses these moments to refine you, to mold you into someone who can not only receive the blessings but also sustain and appreciate them. It's not about whether you are deserving, because you are inherently worthy. It's about ensuring that you are ready to handle the magnitude of what is coming. Every loss carries with it a lesson, a piece of wisdom that prepares you for the abundance ahead. Sometimes the lesson is patience, teaching you to trust the timing of the universe. Other times it's surrender, showing you the power of letting go and releasing control. And occasionally the lesson is gratitude, reminding you to find joy in the small, quiet moments, even when the bigger picture feels unclear. These lessons are not punishments, they are gifts. They are the tools you'll need to navigate the return of everything you've lost. The key is to remain open and receptive. It's easy to close yourself off after experiencing loss, to build walls around your heart in an attempt to protect yourself. But those walls can also block the blessings trying to reach you. Vulnerability is not weakness, it is strength. It is a declaration of your trust in the universe, a sign that you are ready to receive. When you open yourself to possibility, you create a space for the universe to fill with abundance. Abundance doesn't always arrive in the way you expect. Sometimes it comes disguised as challenges, pushing you to grow and expand beyond your comfort zone. Other times it arrives as subtle shifts, as quiet transformations that gradually reshape your reality. And occasionally it bursts into your life with undeniable clarity, leaving no doubt that it was meant for you. Regardless of how it comes, abundance is always a reflection of your inner state. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the energy of abundance, you become a magnet for it. Your faith is a powerful force. It is the thread that connects you to the universe, the bridge that carries you through moments of uncertainty. Faith is not about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It is about believing in the unseen, in the possibilities that lie beyond your current circumstances. It is about trusting that the universe is always working for your highest good, even when you can't see the full picture. Faith is what turns loss into transformation and waiting into anticipation. As you navigate this journey, remember that the universe is infinite in its resources. There is no shortage of blessings, no limit to what can be restored or renewed. The idea that loss is permanent is an illusion created by fear. The truth is that what is meant for you can never truly be lost. It may be delayed, detoured, or transformed, but it will always find its way back to you. The universe is not here to take from you, it is here to give, to replenish, and to elevate. Every moment of gratitude, every act of kindness, and every step forward, no matter how small, contributes to the energy that attracts your blessings. The universe responds to your vibration, to the energy you put out into the world. When you choose to focus on hope, love, and abundance, you align yourself with the flow of the universe. This doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending that loss doesn't hurt. It means acknowledging your feelings while choosing to believe in a brighter future. The universe is not confined by time or space. It operates in realms far beyond our understanding, weaving together threads of possibility to create outcomes that serve your highest good. What you perceive as delays are not denials, they are opportunities for alignment. The universe knows what you need and when you need it. Trust that its timing is always perfect, even when it feels inconvenient or unfair. The waiting is not wasted time, it is sacred time, a period of growth and preparation. Your story is still unfolding. The chapters of loss are not the final pages. They are part of a larger narrative, one that is filled with redemption, restoration, and renewal. The universe is a master storyteller, and it is crafting a tale that is uniquely yours. Every twist and turn, every moment of heartache and joy is leading you toward a resolution that will leave you in awe. Trust the process, trust the journey, and trust that the universe is always working in your favor. You are part of a grand design that is intricately woven with care, precision, and boundless love. The universe sees every tear you've cried, every sacrifice you've made, and every moment when you thought you couldn't go on. These experiences are not forgotten or ignored, they are the seeds of your eventual triumph. What you have lost is not gone forever. It is being reconfigured, transformed, and prepared to return to you in a way that exceeds your greatest hopes and dreams. This is the promise of the universe, a promise that is as unshakable as the stars in the sky. The universe does not operate randomly. It aligns itself with your deepest desires, your soul's purpose, and the energy you emit. Every loss serves a higher purpose, even when that purpose is not immediately clear. The struggles and setbacks you've endured are not punishments, they are preparations. They are the universe's way of refining you, of sharpening your vision, of ensuring that when the blessings arrive, you are fully capable of embracing them. These trials are shaping you into the person who can thrive in the abundance that is on its way. You may not see the full picture yet, but the pieces are falling into place. Sometimes the delays and detours are necessary for your growth. They force you to confront parts of yourself that need healing, to release old patterns that no longer serve you, and to step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. The waiting is not a punishment, it is a gift. It is a sacred pause that allows you to become the version of yourself that is ready to receive everything you've dreamed of and more. The universe always gives in overflowing measures. What is returned to you will not simply replace what you've lost, it will be far greater. It will be richer, fuller, and more meaningful than you could have imagined. This is the nature of divine restoration. It doesn't merely compensate, it elevates. It takes what was broken and makes it whole again, and in doing so, it creates something even more beautiful than before. The loss you've experienced is a chapter, not the conclusion. The story is still unfolding, and the ending will be worth every moment of struggle. Your role in this process is to remain open, patient, and trusting. It can be tempting to lose hope when the journey feels long, but hope is what keeps you connected to the infinite possibilities of the universe. Hope is a bridge that spans the gap between where you are and where you're destined to be. It is not naive or unrealistic, it is powerful and transformative. When you choose hope, you align yourself with the energy of abundance and invite the universe to work its magic in your life. Gratitude is another key to unlocking the return of what you've lost. When you focus on what you already have, no matter how small, you create a magnetic field that attracts more blessings. Gratitude shifts your perspective from lack to abundance, from despair to possibility. It reminds you that even in the midst of loss, there is so much to be thankful for. Each moment of gratitude sends a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive, that you are open to the good that is coming your way. The universe is always listening to your thoughts, your words, and your actions. It responds to the energy you put out into the world. When you dwell on what you've lost, you anchor yourself to the past. But when you focus on what you're gaining, you propel yourself forward. This doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending that loss doesn't matter. It means acknowledging your feelings while choosing to believe that something better is on the horizon. It means shifting your energy from sorrow to anticipation. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a co-creator with the universe, a powerful being with the ability to shape your reality. The energy you emit sets the tone for what the universe delivers. When you align yourself with the vibration of abundance, joy, and faith, you create a pathway for blessings to flow into your life. This is not about denying the challenges you face, it's about recognizing your power to rise above them. It's about understanding that the universe is always working for you, not against you. The journey of restoration is not always easy. It requires patience, resilience, and a willingness to trust in the unseen. But every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the fulfillment of your dreams. The universe celebrates each moment of courage, each act of kindness, and each leap of faith. It sees the effort you've put in, the sacrifices you've made, and the hope you've held on to, even when it felt impossible. These are the qualities that attract abundance and ensure that what is returned to you is far greater than what was lost. As you move forward, remember that the universe is limitless in its ability to provide. There is no shortage of blessings, no limit to the good that can come into your life. What you've lost is not a reflection of your worth or your value. It is not a punishment or a failure. It is a stepping stone, a part of the journey that is leading you to something greater. The universe does not take from you without the intention of giving back tenfold. It is always seeking to bring balance, to restore harmony, and to ensure that you are abundantly provided for. The return of what you've lost will not come all at once. It will arrive in waves, in moments of unexpected joy, in opportunities that seem to come out of nowhere, and in relationships that bring new depth and meaning to your life. It may not look exactly as you imagined, but it will be exactly what you need. The universe knows your heart better than you do, and it will provide in ways that surpass your greatest expectations. Trust in its wisdom and its timing, and know that your story is far from over. You are on the brink of a transformation, a turning point that will redefine your life in the most beautiful ways. The losses you've endured have not been in vain. They have prepared you, strengthened you, and positioned you to receive blessings beyond your wildest dreams. The universe is about to return everything you've lost and more. It is aligning circumstances, orchestrating events, and preparing you for a season of abundance that will make every moment of waiting and struggle worthwhile. Trust in this process, and trust in the boundless generosity of the universe. The universe works in ways we cannot always see or comprehend, weaving together moments, decisions, and experiences to form the fabric of our lives. There are seasons when it feels as though everything is slipping through our fingers: relationships, opportunities, dreams. Loss, no matter how familiar it may feel, carries a weight that often leaves us questioning our path and our purpose. Yet, what if I told you that the universe never truly takes away without the intention to give back? What if every loss you've endured was simply a preparation for a return far greater than you can imagine? Think about the seeds that are buried in the darkness of the soil. To the untrained eye, it may appear as though they've been lost, buried beneath layers of earth. But in reality, They are being prepared for something extraordinary. It is in the unseen spaces that growth begins. The soil isn't the end, it's the beginning. In the same way, the losses you've experienced are not endings. They are the foundation for what is to come. The universe, much like the tide, moves in cycles. What goes out eventually comes back in, often carrying treasures you never expected. Perhaps you lost something that felt irreplaceable, a relationship, a job, a dream that seemed so close you could almost touch it. But loss is not final. The universe has a way of recalibrating, of taking what was lost and transforming it into something even more aligned with who you are becoming. Sometimes the return doesn't look exactly like what you lost. It looks better, fuller, richer, because it aligns with the growth you've undergone in the process. Every tear you've cried, every night you've spent questioning has not been in vain. The universe records every emotion, every whispered prayer, and every act of faith. It's not about whether the universe remembers, it always does. It's about timing, about orchestrating the perfect moment for what you need to meet you on your journey. There's a divine rhythm to this, one that cannot be rushed or forced. Trust that what is meant for you is on its way, even now. The key to this return lies in your perspective. Loss can often feel like punishment, like a door closing forever. But what if the door that closed was only redirecting you to something more magnificent? What if the path that seemed blocked was actually protecting you from harm? The universe operates on a higher plane, one that sees beyond our limited view. It is in this trust, this surrender, that we find peace in the waiting. Your task is not to chase after what was lost, but to remain open to what is being restored. The restoration may not happen in the way you expect, but it will happen in the way that serves you best. It may come quietly, in moments of unexpected joy, in opportunities that seem to appear out of nowhere, or in relationships that heal wounds you thought would never mend. The universe speaks in whispers and signs, in synchronicities that remind you it is always working on your behalf. So stand firm in your faith, in your hope, and in your belief that the universe is abundant and just. You are not forgotten, and your pain is not gone unnoticed. There is a shift happening, a turning of tides, a cosmic realignment. What you have lost is making its way back to you, transformed and multiplied. Trust the process. The universe always keeps its promises. The universe operates on principles far deeper than what our human understanding can grasp. It moves with intention, aligning everything in perfect harmony, even when we cannot see the bigger picture. The moments in life that feel like loss are not random, they are the universe's way of recalibrating your path. Sometimes the things you lose are not truly taken, they are being prepared, refined and returned in a way that fits the life you are meant to lead. Think about the times in nature when transformation is necessary. The caterpillar must dissolve entirely in its cocoon to emerge as a butterfly. To the outside world, it might appear that the caterpillar has ceased to exist, that all its potential has been destroyed. But within that stillness, that dark and confined space, a miracle is happening. What looks like destruction is, in fact, a necessary phase of transformation. The same applies to your journey. What you've lost is not truly gone. It is in the process of becoming something greater. Loss is often the universe's way of removing what no longer serves your highest good. Even when it feels painful, even when it feels unfair, it is important to understand that some things must be released to make room for the abundance waiting to flow into your life. You cannot pour water into a full cup without first emptying it. And sometimes the universe takes the responsibility of emptying your cup because it knows you are ready for more, even if you don't feel prepared. The truth is, we often cling to what we know, even when it limits us. We hold tightly to relationships, jobs, or circumstances that may feel safe but are not truly aligned with the greatness within us. The universe sees this and lovingly intervenes. It allows certain things to slip away so that you can grow into the person you are meant to be. This process is not a punishment, it is an act of love. It is a reminder that your potential is limitless and that settling for less is not part of your divine plan. When you reflect on the seasons of loss in your life, you may notice a pattern. Each time you thought you had lost everything, something better eventually emerged. It may have taken time, patience, and faith, but the return always came. The universe is not bound by time the way we are. It doesn't operate on our schedules or deadlines. It works in alignment with divine timing, delivering what we need precisely when we are ready to receive it. This is why trust is so important. Trust is the bridge between loss and restoration. It is the anchor that keeps you grounded when everything feels uncertain. Trusting the universe doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending everything is fine. It means acknowledging your feelings while holding on to the belief that there is a greater plan at work. It means knowing that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, even when it feels like the opposite is true. The energy you emit into the universe plays a significant role in what you attract back to you. If you focus solely on the pain of your losses, you may unknowingly block the blessings that are trying to find their way to you. But when you shift your perspective and begin to express gratitude even for the lessons hidden within the loss, you create a space for the universe to work its magic. Gratitude is a powerful force. It signals to the universe that you are ready to receive and that you trust the process. Imagine your life as a garden. The losses you experience are like seeds planted in the soil. At first it may seem as though nothing is happening. The ground looks barren and the waiting feels endless. But beneath the surface, the seeds are sprouting, growing roots, and preparing to break through. The harvest doesn't come overnight, but when it does, it is abundant and overflowing. Your job is to water those seeds with faith, nurture them with hope, and trust that the universe is tending to your garden, even when you can't see it. Sometimes what the universe returns to you is not exactly what you lost, but something even better. You may have been holding on to a vision of what you thought you needed, only to discover that the universe had something far greater in store. This is why it's important to remain open, to release the grip of expectation and allow the universe to surprise you. The blessings coming your way may not look like what you imagined, but they will be exactly what you need. Think about the stories of those who overcame great loss and went on to achieve extraordinary things. They didn't let their losses define them. Instead, they used those experiences as stepping stones, as fuel for their journey. The same power lies within you. Every loss you've endured has shaped you, strengthened you, and prepared you for the abundance that is on its way. The universe doesn't make mistakes. If something was removed from your life, it was for a reason. And if something is meant to return, it will do so in divine timing. It's easy to feel forgotten in moments of loss, to wonder if the universe has overlooked your struggles. But the truth is, the universe never forgets. It keeps a perfect record of your efforts, your sacrifices, and your perseverance. It knows every tear you've cried and every silent prayer you've whispered. And it is working tirelessly to bring balance to your life, to restore what has been taken, and to multiply it beyond your imagination. In these moments of waiting, it's important to take care of your spirit. Surround yourself with positivity, with people and practices that uplift you. Engage in activities that remind you of your worth and your strength. The waiting period is not a time of inactivity, it is a time of preparation. Use it to grow, to heal, and to align yourself with the energy of abundance. The more aligned you are, the easier it will be for the universe to deliver its blessings. Remember that you are a co-creator with the universe. Your thoughts, intentions, and actions play a vital role in shaping your reality. If you dwell on what was lost, you may miss the opportunities that are right in front of you. But if you focus on what is possible, on the infinite potential that exists within you, you open the door for miracles to unfold. The universe responds to your energy, so choose to vibrate at the frequency of hope, love, and gratitude. There is a profound beauty in knowing that the universe is always on your side. It sees your struggles, your triumphs, and everything in between. It celebrates your victories and mourns your losses with you. And most importantly, it is always working to restore balance, to ensure that every loss is met with an equal or greater gain. The universe is about to return everything you have lost, and when it does, you will look back and understand that every step of the journey was necessary.
Imagine for a moment a world where silence becomes the bridge between you and the infinite. In this stillness lies the power to create, to transcend, and to know. The silence I speak of is not mere absence of sound, nor is it the quiet of a barren void. It is the silence of intention, of alignment with the unseen forces that shape reality. It is the silence through which God whispers, through which divine truths are revealed. To be silent is not to be passive. It is to become attuned to the profound, the eternal, the unchanging source from which all things flow. When the outer world clamors for your attention with its endless distractions and fleeting urgencies, it is in the silence where the real work begins. It is there, in that sacred stillness, that the Word of God is planted within the fertile soil of your imagination. For God speaks not in loud declarations or in the chaos of many voices, but in the quiet assurance that all things are possible to the one who believes. To be silent is to surrender the restless need to act outwardly before the inward foundation has been laid. It is to know that creation is not a process of labor, but a process of realization. The work is not to fight the conditions of life, but to stand still and see the salvation that comes from recognizing who you truly are. For in silence you do not beg or plead, you command. Not through arrogance, but through the deep understanding that the creative power of the universe resides within you, waiting only for your still, focused acknowledgement. This silence is a state of trust, a state of knowing. It is the quiet confidence that what you have conceived in your inner world will unfold in the outer. But this confidence cannot be forced. It arises naturally when you learn to quiet the mind, to still the ceaseless chatter of doubt and fear that tries to drown out the voice of truth. In the stillness, you discover that you are not separate from God. You are not waiting for divine intervention, you are the intervention. You are the instrument through which the infinite expresses itself, the vessel through which the unseen becomes seen. To silence the mind is to open the door to infinite possibility, to hear the divine instructions that guide you toward your fulfillment. The silence is not empty, it is alive. It is pregnant with every possibility, every desire, every dream. It is in the silence that you commune with God, not as a distant figure, but as your very being. And in that communion you find the freedom to create, to transform, and to know that you and the Father are one. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, it is a dynamic and vibrant state of being where the true power of creation begins. It is within this sacred stillness that all things are conceived and brought into form. In the outer world, we often equate action with progress and noise with significance, yet the greatest transformations occur in moments of quiet reflection and inner alignment. Silence is the womb of creation, a place where the infinite potential of the unseen begins to take shape. In this silence, the mind is freed from the distractions and disturbances of the external world. It is in this state of tranquility that you become most attuned to the infinite power within you, the power that is not separate from you but is your very essence. Here, the clutter of doubt, fear, and resistance dissipates, allowing the creative force of your imagination to operate unhindered. What you focus on in silence, you amplify in reality, for this is the space where thought and feeling merge to become the blueprint for all that manifests. When you embrace the power of silence, you step into a realm where action becomes secondary to intention. It is not through force, but through the quiet alignment with the divine laws of creation that true power is exercised. In this state, you recognize that your inner world is the cause of all external effects. The silence you cultivate is not a withdrawal from life, but a deliberate act of tuning into the higher frequencies of your being, where every answer, every solution, and every possibility already exists. The power of silence lies in its ability to connect you to the infinite intelligence that governs all creation. It is not passive, but profoundly active, working beneath the surface to align circumstances, opportunities, and events in perfect harmony with your desires. It is in silence that you realize your own creative authority, for in these moments you commune with the divine source from which all things spring. Through silence, you discover that creation is not a matter of struggle, but of stillness. The energy you radiate in this state becomes the magnet that draws to you the fulfillment of your desires. You need not strive outwardly when your inner world is in order. The silence does the work, shaping and guiding your reality in ways that may appear miraculous but are, in truth, the natural outcome of your alignment with divine principles. In choosing silence, you are choosing to trust in the unseen, to anchor yourself in the certainty that what is imagined and felt within must become visible without. It is a sacred acknowledgement of the divine power that flows through you, a power that responds to your stillness with the fullness of creation. Alignment with the infinite through stillness is the act of becoming one with the divine source that permeates all things. In a world filled with endless activity and noise, stillness serves as the doorway to the infinite, the sacred space where the boundary between the seen and the unseen dissolves. It is in this state of profound quiet that you move beyond the limitations of your physical senses and connect with the eternal, unchanging essence of creation itself. Stillness is not merely an absence of movement, it is the presence of deep awareness and intentionality. When you quiet your outer actions and inner thoughts, you create a space where the infinite can reveal itself. This is not a process of reaching outward or striving to attain something external. Instead, it is a surrender to the present moment, a conscious decision to rest in the fullness of what already is. In this state, you no longer see yourself as separate from the divine, but as an expression of it. Through stillness, you align with the divine order of the universe, where all things move in harmony and purpose. This alignment is not forced, it is a natural consequence of letting go of resistance, doubt, and fear. When you cease to fight against life or chase after fleeting desires, you become a vessel through which the infinite flows effortlessly. In this alignment, there is no struggle, only the recognition that you are part of something far greater than your individual self. In the stillness, you begin to perceive the subtle movements of the infinite within you. You feel its guidance, its wisdom, and its love. These impressions are not loud or demanding, they come as gentle whispers, intuitive nudges, or profound moments of clarity. The more you cultivate stillness, the more attuned you become to these divine communications. It is here that you realize that every answer you seek, every solution you long for, already exists within the infinite mind. Stillness allows you to access this reservoir of infinite intelligence. Aligning with the infinite through stillness also means releasing the need for control. It is a state of trust, where you acknowledge that the universe is always working in your favor, orchestrating circumstances and events in perfect alignment with your highest good. You no longer need to force outcomes or manipulate situations, for you understand that the infinite knows no lack or limitation. It is complete, whole, and abundant, and as you align with it, these qualities naturally flow into your experience. In this stillness, time itself seems to pause, and you enter a state of timeless awareness. You are no longer confined by the constraints of past regrets or future anxieties. Instead, you rest in the eternal now, the only moment where the infinite resides. This alignment brings with it a sense of peace, power, and certainty, for you come to know, not merely intellectually but experientially, that you are one with the source of all life. It is from this union that all creation springs. Silence serves as the fertile soil in which divine manifestation takes root and flourishes. In this quiet, sacred space, the seeds of your desires are planted and nurtured, ready to grow into tangible reality. Just as a garden requires rich, undisturbed earth for seeds to germinate, your inner silence provides the ideal conditions for the creative power of the divine to work through you. It is a state of openness and receptivity, where the energy of your thoughts and feelings is given the freedom to align with the infinite possibilities of creation. When you enter into silence, you move beyond the surface noise of the mind, its doubts, fears, and distractions, and tap into the deeper layers of your being. It is here, in this stillness, that you can intentionally sow the seeds of your imagination. These seeds are not idle wishes but deeply felt desires, charged with emotion and conviction. In silence, these desires are impressed upon the infinite intelligence that governs all creation. The divine, like fertile soil, does not question the nature of the seed, it simply brings forth whatever has been planted. This process of divine manifestation through silence is not hurried or forced. Just as a farmer does not dig up the soil each day to check on the progress of a seed, you must trust in the unseen workings of the divine. In silence, you acknowledge that the creative power of the universe is already at work, aligning the circumstances, people, and events necessary to bring your desires to fruition. This trust is a vital component of the process, for it allows you to remain in a state of inner peace and certainty, knowing that what you have planted will inevitably come to pass. Silence also serves as a space of preparation. It allows you to clear away the weeds of negativity, doubt, and fear that might otherwise choke the growth of your desires. In this stillness, you can focus your attention solely on what you wish to create, free from the distractions of the external world. This focused attention is the sunlight and water that nourishes the seed, helping it grow strong and vibrant. Moreover, silence is not a passive state, but a deeply creative one. In silence, you are actively engaging with the divine, consciously choosing the thoughts, feelings, and images you wish to cultivate. You are shaping the blueprint of your future reality, aligning it with the infinite potential that resides within you. Each moment spent in silence is an act of creation, a deliberate choice to turn inward and connect with the source of all that is. Through this process, you come to understand that manifestation is not a matter of effort but of alignment. The divine soil does the work. Your role is simply to plant the seed and trust in the process. In this way, silence becomes a sacred partnership between you and the divine, a cooperative act of creation that brings forth the desires of your heart in perfect timing and harmony. Trusting the process of inner realization is an act of profound faith in the creative power within you. It is the acknowledgement that true transformation begins not in the external world, but in the quiet, unseen depths of your consciousness. Inner realization is the process by which you come to understand that your outer reality is merely a reflection of your inner state. To trust this process is to let go of the need for immediate results, and instead rest in the certainty that all things unfold perfectly when nurtured from within. At the heart of this trust lies the understanding that creation operates through divine laws. These laws are impartial, unchanging, and infinitely reliable. They respond not to your outer actions or desperate efforts, but to the clarity and conviction of your inner state. When you trust this process, you cease to rely on external circumstances for validation. Instead, you focus on cultivating the feelings, beliefs, and images that align with the reality you wish to experience. You understand that the inner work is the only work that truly matters. Trusting the process also means embracing patience. Just as a seed planted in the ground requires time to grow, so too does the process of inner realization unfold in its own perfect rhythm. You cannot rush or force it. Doing so only creates resistance and delays the outcome. Instead, you must rest in the quiet assurance that what you have conceived within will inevitably take form without. This patience is not passive, it is an active state of trust, a deliberate choice to remain steadfast in your faith, even when external evidence has yet to appear. Doubt and fear are natural tendencies of the human mind, especially when faced with uncertainty. Yet trusting the process requires you to transcend these lower states of consciousness and anchor yourself in the higher truths of your being. It is an act of surrender, not to fate or chance, but to the infinite intelligence that governs all things. This surrender is not weakness, it is strength. It is the recognition that the same power that creates worlds flows through you, and that it is always working in your favor. The process of inner realization is not linear, and it often unfolds in ways you cannot predict or control. Trusting the process means being open to the unexpected, knowing that the divine has a perspective far greater than your own. What may appear as delays or obstacles are often opportunities for growth, refinement, or preparation. Each moment, no matter how it seems, is part of the unfolding of your desires. In trusting the process, you align yourself with a state of peace and confidence. You are no longer swayed by the ups and downs of external circumstances, for you know that your inner work is the true source of your power. This trust transforms the journey into one of joy and discovery, allowing you to experience the fullness of life while holding steadfast to the vision of your desired reality. Through this unwavering faith, you become a master of creation, co-creating with the divine in perfect harmony and flow. Quieting the mind to hear the voice of truth is a practice of immense spiritual power and clarity. The mind, in its natural state, is often filled with noise, a ceaseless stream of thoughts, worries, judgments, and distractions. This mental chatter creates a barrier between you and the divine voice within, a voice that speaks not in loud declarations but in the soft, subtle whispers of truth. To hear this voice, you must first learn to quiet the turbulence of the mind and create a space of stillness where it can be perceived. The voice of truth is the divine guidance that resides within you, the pure knowing that transcends the limitations of logic and external validation. It is not bound by the fears or doubts of the ego, but flows from the infinite intelligence of your higher self. However, this voice can only be heard when the mind is calm and receptive. Like the surface of a still lake that reflects the heavens above, your mind must become tranquil to reflect the divine wisdom that lies within. Quieting the mind is not about suppressing your thoughts or forcing yourself into silence. Instead, it is a gentle process of letting go, of releasing attachment to the incessant activity of the mind. This can be achieved through practices such as meditation, mindfulness, or even simple moments of intentional stillness throughout the day. These practices help you become an observer of your thoughts rather than a participant, allowing you to disengage from the mental noise and tune into the deeper, quieter currents of your being. As you cultivate this stillness, you begin to notice the difference between the voice of the mind and the voice of truth. The mind's voice is often restless, filled with doubt, fear, and the need for control. It jumps from one thought to another, creating confusion and uncertainty. The voice of truth, however, is calm, steady, and unwavering. It speaks with clarity and assurance, offering insights and guidance that resonate deeply within you. It is not reactive but proactive, directing you toward your highest good with a sense of love and purpose. Listening to the voice of truth requires trust. The guidance you receive may not always align with your preconceived notions or the expectations of the outer world. Yet, when you follow this voice, you will find that it leads you unfailingly toward the fulfillment of your desires and the realization of your divine potential. It is a compass that always points to the highest path, even when the journey appears uncertain. Quieting the mind is not a one-time event, but a continuous practice. Each time you return to stillness, you strengthen your connection to the voice of truth, making it easier to hear and trust. Over time, this practice transforms your relationship with life. You no longer rely solely on external circumstances or the opinions of others for direction. Instead, you move through life guided by the deep, inner knowing that comes from your connection to the divine. This connection brings clarity, peace, and an unshakable sense of purpose, empowering you to live authentically and create a reality that reflects the highest truth of your being. Communion with God in the silence is a sacred and transformative experience, a profound realization of your oneness with the divine. It is in this stillness, free from the distractions of the outer world, that you come to know God not as a distant external force, but as the very essence of your being. This communion is not bound by rituals, words, or doctrines. It is a deeply personal and direct connection with the infinite source of all creation. In the silence, you step away from the ceaseless activity of the mind and the noise of the world. Here there is no striving, no seeking, no separation. The boundaries between you and the divine dissolve, and you enter a state of pure being. This is not an intellectual understanding, but an experiential knowing, a sense of unity and wholeness that transcends the limitations of thought. It is in this space that you come to understand that God is not apart from you, but within you, as the very life and intelligence that animates your existence. This communion is a dialogue, though it may not involve words. In the silence you listen, not with your ears, but with the entirety of your being, The divine speaks in impressions, feelings, and a profound inner knowing. It may come as a sudden clarity, an intuitive nudge, or a deep sense of peace and assurance. This is the voice of God, not loud or forceful, but gentle and unmistakable. It is a voice that affirms your worth, your purpose, and your infinite potential. To commune with God in silence is to align yourself with the divine flow of life. In this state, you are no longer bound by the fears and doubts of the ego. You recognize that the same power that creates worlds resides within you, and this realization fills you with a sense of peace, power, and certainty. This communion is not about asking or pleading for what you desire. It is about realizing that your desires are already known to the divine, and that they are in the process of being fulfilled. In the silence, you also receive the strength and guidance needed to navigate the challenges of life. This guidance is not always about solving problems directly, but about transforming your perception of them. When you commune with God, you begin to see life through the lens of the divine, recognizing that every experience, no matter how it appears, is an opportunity for growth and realization. This perspective fills you with faith and resilience, knowing that you are always supported and guided by a higher power. Communion with God in the silence is not a withdrawal from life, but an immersion into its deepest truths. It is a practice that transforms every aspect of your being, bringing you into alignment with the divine essence that is your true self. Through this communion, you become a channel for the infinite, expressing its love, wisdom, and creativity in all that you do. It is in this sacred connection that you find your purpose, your power, and the ultimate fulfillment of your soul's journey.